High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight, the 2A state championship as Cardinal Ritter takes on Wapahani. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Our final high school baseball broadcast of 2016-17. It's hard to believe that time has flown this quickly, but it has. And we find ourselves on the doorstep of championship weekend. Tonight's matchup is the 2A title game between the Cardinal Ritter Raiders and the Wapahani Raiders. Both teams, ironically, also have the same school colors in red, white, and black. The records are very different coming into this one. The Ritter Raiders, 27-3 overall this season. They won over Covenant Christian, Cecina, and Cascade to win their sectional. They beat Southmont and number 7 Heritage Christian in their regional. Last weekend, they polished off number 2 Providence 5-1. State, they've outscored their tournament opponents 41-15 in 6 games of state tournament play. They've won just those 6 games in a row after losing their regular season finale. You flip the page to the Wapahani Raiders from Delaware County. 19-11 overall for the season. 1 month ago today, they lost to Shenandoah to fall to 11-11 on the season. They haven't been beat since. Won the last 2 games of the regular season. 6 straight games here in the tournament, beating Muncie Burris, Shenandoah, and number 6 Frankton to win the sectional, polishing off number 10 Whitco and number 1 Lafayette Central Catholic in the regional. And last weekend, in a game you heard here on Beaver Media, they took down number 5 Hebron semi-state in Kokomo. So in successive games, the Wapahani Raiders have beaten number 6, number 10, number 1, and number 5 in the final coaches poll. And they'll take a shot at taking down their 5th top 10 team when they face Ritter tonight. Ritter tied for 3rd in the final state coaches poll. Wapahani has outscored their state tournament opponents 38-11. These are around the plate, taking the initial meeting with the umpiring crew and exchanging lineup cards and learning the ground rules here at Victory Field. Fantastic facility. This is Indiana's baseball palace by far, and it's a great opportunity for these young kids to get to play on what is really actually a major league caliber field. A AAA team plays here, the Indianapolis Indians, the AAA affiliate of the Pittsburgh Pirates, but this is a phenomenal place to play and a great experience for both of these ball clubs coming in tonight. The pitching matchup, Blake Maltesnik will get the ball for Cardinal Ritter. He is 11-1 this season. His ERA is 0.48. He's undefeated in the state tournament. He's going to go to Eastern Illinois to play his college ball next year. They call him Hot Mustard. That's his nickname given to him by Dave Scott, his head coach. Wapahani, they'll dance with the girl they brought. They'll give the ball to senior Alex Summers, number 5 on his back, 6-2 on his ledger, 1.58 for the season in terms of his earned run average, and he's having a whale of a state tournament, undefeated in state tournament play. He has struck out 10 times the number of batters he has walked this season, so pretty gaudy numbers for young Mr. Alex Summers, who has been lights out since the middle part of May. And likewise for Wapahani, they've really played great baseball for Brian Dudley, their head coach, in his 34th year. Of course, Wapahani won their first baseball and only baseball state championship on this diamond 3 years ago. They won the 2014 2A championship. That was the Zach Thompson, Grant Thompson, Murderers Row Wapahani Ball Club. This is a little bit different Wapahani team. This team isn't scoring as many runs as that one did, and they don't have quite as much firepower as that one did, but they are plenty good. And Brian Dudley has done a great job throughout his career, and especially this year, coaching these guys up and getting them ready for a shot at a state championship. It's not every day you get a chance to do this. It's his second shot in the last 4 years, and a lot of these boys were freshmen when that 2014 team came down here and brought home the biggest trophy in Indiana high school sports. We'll see if they can do it all over again. Meeting at the plate has concluded. The teams have gone back to their dugouts. The home team tonight is Wapahani. They will be in the third base dugout wearing their white uniforms. Cardinal Ritter will be wearing their visiting red jerseys tonight. They will be camped out in the first base dugout. You talk about teams that travel well, teams that definition of fan support, it's got to be Wapahani. As I tweeted the other day, 839 is the estimated Census Bureau population for Selma. And of course, there's a little more than Selma involved in Wapahani in the Liberty Perry school system. But when you run through 500 advance ticket sales in 2 days in a town of 839, yeah, you're doing pretty well where the fan support is concerned. So hats off to you folks from Wapahani. If you can't be here in the park tonight and you're listening to me, either in Selma, Indiana, Selma, Alabama, or anywhere else, you can get an internet signal on the face of the earth and even on the International Space Station if you like to. It's great having you along. We're really thrilled to be able to bring you this last game of the season. Wapahani Raiders, they've had a heck of a year no matter how this one turns out, and I like their chances in this game tonight. We'll take a quick break, be back with more on the pregame show. It's the 2A State Championship coming up shortly on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live's Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players. The terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Victory Field. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight as we get set for the state championship game in 2A baseball. The Raiders versus the Raiders as Cardinal Ritter and Wapahani knock horns in about 10 minutes from now, maybe a little bit more. The introductions have begun. Cardinal Ritter being introduced on the first baseline, and Wapahani will get to do the same shortly along the third base line. I look down in front of me. I'm high above home plate, just to the first base side. And right in front of me down here, the Lanesville Eagles, who came down here a year ago from Southern Indiana and got beat by Daleville in the 1A title game. And I said then, look it up if you don't believe me, they had a really good team and could come back again a year from now. Here they are. They'll play for the 1A championship tomorrow. If you're in the neighborhood tomorrow, there will be 3 games tomorrow here at 11 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. All right, but tomorrow they'll play the 1A, 3A, and 4A games in succession. Lanesville versus Rossville at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. Jasper and South Bend St. Joseph in the 3A game at 2, and at 5 o'clock, the finale in 4A as the undefeated Cathedral Fighting Irish go for a perfect season when they take on the Penn Kingsmen up from the Michiana area, in Mishawaka, Osceola, that part of the state. So good weekend for baseball. We've got a great night to play ball. It's an easy night to break a sweat, let me tell you. It's hot in the press box. It's hot on the field. Game time temperature is around 85 degrees. We do have a breeze that kicks up from time to time and will blow generally across the diamond from about the third base line over toward right center field. So balls in the air. We'll get just a little bit of a push tonight. And it's partly cloudy, no threat of any rain right now. There is a slight chance we could see some rain later on. Hopefully this game will come off without any kind of delay and without any hitch or problems tonight as we get set to decide who the king of the hill is into a baseball. Glad to have you along. We'd love to hear from you. If you're following me on Twitter, I'm on Twitter at Delco Preps. I keep you posted on broadcast plans and other things, stats and all that good stuff there. And drop me a note on Twitter. Let me know where you were listening. We had almost 300 in the audience a week ago, which is a pretty healthy number. And really happy about that. Thanks a lot for that and your continued support. As we look ahead to even bigger and better things, it'll be less than 2 months before we're talking about again and volleyball and all the other fall sports. So short vacation time, folks, coming up in late June and then back at it again in early August. So work is never, ever done, but that's okay. I love what I do. Wapahani being introduced down the field. Again, they'll wear the white uniforms tonight with black lettering and red trim. The hats that are mostly black but have a red panel and a black W in the middle. And the Raiders from Cardinal Ritter, they'll wear red jerseys with black lettering. Back with more after this. The 2A state championship game coming up shortly on Beaver Media.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Welcome back to Victory Field, Beaver Media coverage of the 2A state championship game tonight from the most pretty, beautiful, picturesque park in all of Indiana, Victory Field. Here's how we'll line them up tonight. First, for the visiting Ritter Raiders, here's how they'll bat. Alex Vila will lead off and play shortstop. Kyle Price will bat second and play second base. Jake Klumper will be the center fielder in the 3-hole. The cleanup man is Blake Maldistinik. He is the pitcher, the cleanup man. He'll wear number 9 on his jersey. Batting fifth, Ben Eganoff, the right fielder. The number 6 hitter for Ritter is Brian Bacon, the third baseman. Luke Shearer will be in left field and bat 7th. Henry Woodcock will bat 8th and play first base. And batting 9th and doing the catching for head coach Dave Scott, Dylan Olenek, wearing big number 12 on his back. Defensively, for Wapahani, it'll be Isaiah Brozier in left field. Garrett Stanley in center. Jacob Feistritzer in right field. On the infield for Wapahani, Brevin Rivers at third. Chandler Wise at short. Stephen Vickery is the second baseman. Drew Young over at first base. Tyson Lipscomb the catcher. And the pitcher tonight, Alex Summers, who just finished his warm-up tosses. He'll get the ball back in the quick meeting on the mound. 6-2 on the year, 1.58 ERA. And you hear the crowd come to life downstairs. Good crowd tonight, especially for Wapahani. Cardinal Ritter only had to drive about 10 minutes to get here. It's a 60-mile drive, give or take a few from Selma for Wapahani. So settle back, enjoy this one. We're about set to get underway in the 2A state championship game here on Beaver Media. Good to have you along. Alex Vila is the leadoff man. He is the number 3 jersey wearing Alex Vila. Bright red jerseys, black stirrups with red stripes, white trim. And Alex Summers has his sign, and he's into his windup. Here comes the first pitch of the night. Taken low and away, ball 1, and we're underway at 7:38 Eastern Daylight Time. Summers ready, winds, deals. There's a fastball taken for a strike. Defensively, straight away for the Raiders as they get their first look at Alex Vila. Here comes the 1-1. In the air towards shallow right field. Out to take it is Vickery. Easy work for Steven, and that's one down. So I'll pop out to open the night for Vila, and that brings in Kyle Price, the Ritter second baseman, a left-handed swinger. Give you some numbers quickly here as we get settled in. Vila is out. Price is up, and here comes the first one to him. It's up and away, ball 1. Kyle Price, a .318 hitter through 30 games. Here's the next one to him. He takes a strike, and the count is 1-1. Still plenty of daylight here. The lights at the stadium are on from the outset, but they aren't doing much good right now. Here's the pitch. Strike low and in on the corner. And Summers is ahead of Price. A ball and 2 strikes. Jake Klumper waiting in the on-deck circle for Ritter. Just underway with 1 down. Here comes the pitch from Summers. Ground ball right at the shortstop. 3 hops. Wise easily over to Young, and that's 2 down. That'll bring in Jake Klumper. Strong start tonight for Summers, just as we've seen all tournament long from him. The senior right-hander has been money. And for the second straight time, he'll work a left-handed hitter in Jake Klumper, the center fielder. Wide open stance, hands held high with a bat waggle, and he takes a slider for a strike. Summers trying to work a 1-2-3 inning out of the chute for Wapahani here in the first inning. He winds, he fires. Same pitch, different spot, and a ball to make it 1-1. Blake Maltesnik, hot mustard in the on-deck circle for the Ritter Raiders. Here comes the next pitch from Summers. Back out of play, off the facing of the press box. One ball and 2 strikes. Summers a pitch away from ending things here in the first for Cardinal Ritter. Has his sign into his motion. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased a bad ball off speed upstairs. First strikeout of the night for Summers. And that ends it in the first for Cardinal Ritter. The Ritter Raiders out in order in the top of the first. We played half an inning. It's Ritter nothing. Wapahani coming to bat on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Victory Field. We're scoreless after half an inning, an easy 1-2-3 inning for Alex Summers from Wapahani. And it's time for the guys from Selma to grab bats and come to the plate. Here's how they'll line them up tonight. Tyson Lipscomb will lead off and catch. Stephen Vickery will bat second. He's the second baseman. Garrett Stanley, the center fielder, will bat third. The cleanup man is shortstop Chandler Wise. Drew Young will play first base and bat fifth. Alex Summers, the pitcher, in the sixth hole. Brevin Rivers, the third baseman, in the seventh spot. Batting eighth and playing left field, Isaiah Brozier. And the number 9 hitter for Wapahani, their DH, Braxton Davis, who hits for the right fielder, Jacob Feist-Ritzer. Coming to the plate to lead things off, Tyson Lipscomb. Left-handed swinger, having a very good state tournament. He's been solid all year long at .337 overall through 30 games. He looks out at the Cardinal Ritter pitcher, right-handed senior Blake Modestic, and he's into his first one. It's a fastball, low and in, ball one. Defensively for Ritter in left field, Luke Shearer. In center, Jake Klumper. Beniganoff is in right. Here's the next pitch. Grounded sharply foul up the first baseline. And it's 1-1. On the infield for Ritter, Brian Bacon at third, Alex Vila at short, Kyle Price at second, Henry Woodcock is at first, with Dylan Olenek, the catcher, throwing down the signs for Blake Maltesnik. Works from the extreme first base side of the rubber. Here's one sharply into right field for a base hit. Great start for Wapahani. Lipscomb drills that 1-1 delivery into right field for a clean single, and that brings up Stephen Vickery. Lipscomb has played great in the tournament. Now Vickery with a chance to move him over. Dave Scott, the head coach from Cardinal Ritter, out on the warning track, giving signs defensively. Now he's back on the top step of the dugout. Vickery to stand in with a .323 average over 30 games. He takes away ball one. Wapahani will step out a lot in this game because Maltesnik likes to work very quickly. Lipscomb did it. Now Vickery has done it. They're going to make him wait a little bit. Here comes the pitch. Bunt shown. Pitch taken. Snap throw to first. Runner back. Umpires in tonight's game: Mark Maxwell behind the plate, Kevin Moore at first, Zachary Slima at second, Tony Gogler as assigned by the IHSAA. Runner bluffs. Bunt is popped up the first baseline. A nice running sliding catch by the catcher, Dylan Olenek, who went almost halfway to first to corral it, and that's one away. So Vickery tried to sacrifice, couldn't get it done. And with one away, that brings up Garrett Stanley. Stanley at .345 for the season. Right-handed hitter, here it comes to him. He's taking, it's a called strike on the outer edge. The IHSAA TV network televising this game They're right next door. Here's the pitch. Sharp ground ball and a big hop toward third. He'll go down to second for one. That's all they're going to get. No throw to first base. Brian Bacon down to Kyle Price. That wipes out Lipscomb on a 5-4 play at second base. Stanley is aboard on the fielder's choice, and that brings in the cleanup man, Chandler Wise. Wise, a junior, .316 batting average. Runner breaks. He's going. Pitch home is a strike. Thrown out to second base. Not in time. Garrett Stanley steals second base on the first pitch home to Wise. And Wapahani has a runner in scoring position with 2 down here in the home first. Let's see if they can get him around. Pitch to Wise was a strike. It's 0-1. Here comes the next one. Runner breaks. He's going to third. This one into the air to straightaway center. That should end the inning. And Jake Klumper makes easy work out of it. F8 in the book. Wise is out. So is Wapahani here in the first. No runs, a hit, no errors. They'll leave a runner at second base. We are through. 1 complete in the 2A state championship game. It's Ritter nothing, Wapahani nothing on Beaver Media and on the Dalco Preps channel. Don't go away.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community, even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
To do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
high school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We move to the second inning in the 2A state championship game at Victory Field. No score. Wapahani had a threat there in the home first. They got a runner to second base, but could not get him home. And on we go to inning number 2. It'll be the middle of the order for Cardinal Ritter here from Indianapolis in their half of the second inning. It'll be Blake Maltesnik, Ben Ignoff, and Brian Bacon in the second inning against Alex Summers. Maltesnik is a dangerous guy, leader for his team in many categories. He's batting .474 on the regular season with a slugging percentage of .649. He has 24 RBIs through the regular season and 24 walks before the state tournament began. So he's in to get his first look at Alex Summers, right-handed hitter. Not a real big guy, but throws hard. And here comes the pitch from Summers, and it's away for ball 1. Summers put Ritter down in order in the first. Let's see if he can make it 4 in a row against the cleanup hitter, Maltesnik. Here's the pitch to him. Called strike, 1-1. Great having you along tonight. If you're in a position of not being able to watch TV or just prefer to hear the game, it's great having you aboard. There's a called strike, and Summers ahead of Maltesnik, 1-2. Defense playing him straight away, not overly deep in the outfield. Here comes the pitch. It's too high, and the count is 2-2. Mentioned the guys next door. We got Greg Rakestraw and Bob Lovell of Indiana Sports Talk fame next door. You'll be seeing them on television all weekend long. Here comes the pitch. Popped up down the right field line. It's back toward the stands, and it's going to be about 10 rows deep. And we'll stay 2-2. Dimensions here at Victory Field. 320 down both lines. 418 to left center. 405 to right center. 362 to straight away in right field. Here's the next pitch. Breaking ball, slapped back into the screen. Maltesnik did a good job spoiling that one with a defensive swing, and the count stays 2-2. Beautiful scoreboard out in right center field. Here's the next pitch. In the air, shallow right field. Vickery is going to go out on the edge of the grass, 2 steps into right field and make the catch. That's 4 in a row retired by Summers to start the game. Second pop out to Stephen Vickery. That brings in Brian Eganoff. This is one of those games for a broadcaster where you can't really use nicknames much because they're both the Raiders. They both wear red, white, and black. And there are some challenging names in the Cardinal Ritter lineup and roster. First pitch swinging and fouled back onto the roof by Ben Eganoff. Eganoff, 373 batter through the regular season. Be 24 games. Here comes the pitch to him. He squares, bunts up the third baseline. It's a toughie, barehanded. Throw on the run by the third baseman, Rivers. It gets away, but no one can advance, and that'll be, I would think, an infield hit all the way. We'll wait for the official scoring decision on Eganoff. He'll be aboard at first base. First runner of the night for Cardinal Ritter. I don't think a good throw would have gotten him, and the official score rules it a single. An infield hit for Eganoff. And that brings in Brian Bacon, the left-handed hitting third baseman. Wapahani would love to get a pair here. First pitch is too high, ball 1. Wapahani has played outstanding defense. They were great against Hebron last weekend in Kokomo, and if they get a ground ball hit hard at an infielder, great chance to get a pair and get out of this inning. Man at first, 1 away. Here's the pitch. Taking all the way, and it's an inside corner strike to Bacon to make it 1-1. So Summers retired the first 4 Ritter Raiders in order. Eganoff legs out a bunt single. He has a short lead. Now from the stretch, Summers snaps, throws over, and he's back diving. Eganoff stole 9 bases in the regular season, only caught 1 time. There's a pitch outside. He gets away from the catcher, and the runner will move down to second base. That might be a passed ball. It was in the mitt of Tyson Lipscomb. Should have held on. It was well off the plate, but in the end, you've got a runner at second with 1 out and a 2-1 count. Ritter threatening here in the second. There's a check swing and a weak one, and the count is 2-2 to Brian Bacon. Let's see if Summers can come up with a strikeout here with 1 away in a scoreless game in the second inning. Wide open stance, left-handed hitting Bacon. Looks out at Summers. Summers checks the runner. He'll come home with it. Swing and a miss. On a foul tip, he held on. And that's a strikeout and 2 away. Second K of the night for Alex Summers. Just what he needed there, and that brings in Luke Shearer. Right-handed hitter with Eganoff at second base and 2 down. Summers 1 man away from hanging a bagel again, and he starts him with a breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. Shearer was taking all the way. He looks down at his third base coach and his head coach, Dave Scott. The first run of the game home, and now the batter, Luke Shearer, steps out, and Summers steps off. Now Alec is back up there on the rubber, looking in for a sign from Lipscomb, nods his head, looks at the runner, comes home. Swing and a miss, threw the fastball right by him. 0-2. Really nice night to play ball. Fantastic weather for the players and for the spectators. Here comes the next one. It's high and away. Count is 1-2. Big modern electronic scoreboard out there in right field beyond the mountain. of grass where fans typically will spread a blanket and watch the game, and a little kid chasing the ball down the hill. Welcome to baseball. Next pitch home. Just missed on the outside corner. It's a ball, and the count is 2-2. You got to love the little kids, man. They're the future of the game, future of our world. Having some fun. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Man at second, 2 away in a scoreless second inning. Here's the pitch. Curveball, slap foul back into the net behind home plate. Summers is a pitch away from getting out without a blemish here in the top of the second inning. Runner at second is Van Egenoff. Here's the pitch home. Slap back into the net again. Sure had a good cut at that one. We're still at 2-2. Lipscomb looking for that magic sign here. He throws the fingers down. Long look in from Summers with the ball behind his belt. Now in his glove up around his chin, and he's ready. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball toward the hole at short. Wise, long throw, fires across. Got him. Nice play. To race Luke Scherer on the 6-3 ground out. And that does it for Cardinal Ritter in the second inning. No runs, a hit, no errors. They leave a man in scoring position. Nothing but zeros on the board so far. We're through an inning and a half at Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter nothing, Wapahani nothing on Beaver Media.
Let's talk about the X's and O's of family entertainment. Every parent in Indiana knows the importance of being able to do an activity that'll get you out of the house for a couple of hours. But it needs to be affordable. It needs to be family friendly. Above all, it needs to be fun. Talk about high school sports. Bang for your buck, school sports provide the perfect game plan for your family. You'll enjoy all of the drama and excitement competitive sports offer. You'll be supporting the future leaders of our community in a meaningful way. Best of all, you can take the entire family without breaking the bank. Heck, you won't even dent it. Now, enough chalk talk. Let's get out there and see what's playing at the high school in your community. School sports. Good for our kids, good for our community. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the ball game. 2A state championship game at Victory Field in downtown Indianapolis. Straight up 8 o'clock. Great to have you along here on the Delco Preps channel on YouTube Live. Make sure you give me a follow on Twitter. My handle is @DelcoPreps. So we're scoreless going to the bottom of the second inning. Wapahani will have 5, 6, and 7 in their batting order. We're waiting on TV to rejoin as Drew Young prepares to lead off for Wapahani. Drew Young, Alex Summers, Brevin Rivers, and who knows how many more if they can get some runners here in the second inning against Blake Maltesnik. Hot Mustard, his nickname, as his head coach Dave Scott calls him. And we're ready. Here's the pitch. Slapped sharply but foul down the right field line into the upper deck. Young has been the leading hitter through the state tournament portion of the season. He swings and misses an off-speed pitch. Quickly 0-2. He's played great. Let's see if he can stay alive. Big ground ball toward third, right down the line. Backhanded over the bag. Long throw to first. Nice play as Brian Bacon tosses to Henry Woodcock. 1 away. That'll bring in Alex Summers.
Number 5, Alex Summers.
Alex Summers, a .283 hitter for the season. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it back on the roof on the first base side. Pitcher versus pitcher here as Maltesnik battles Alex Summers. in the second inning with one away and the base is empty. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, missed well off the plate away, and the count is 1-1. Wind up in the next one. Fastball just off the outer edge. 2-1. Maltesnik, a quick worker. Here's the next one. Check swing, foul ball. 2-2. He's throwing a pitch about every 10 seconds. Here's the pitch on the way. He missed over but low, and the count is full. Defensive players love the quick working pitcher. Keeps you right in the game mentally. Here comes the payoff pitch. Strike three, dropped by the catcher. He'll run out in fair territory and throw down the first. That's a strikeout and a 2-3 put out, and the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game by Maltesnik, and that brings in Brevin Rivers. Brevin has played great here in the state tournament down at third base. Wind up in the pitch to him. Hit into right field. Base hit. Shallow enough they might make a play on him. No, they will not. He'll leg out a clean single to right. Second hit of the game for Wapahani, and with two away, Isaiah Brozier is the hitter. Raiders have hits tonight from Tyson Lipscomb and now Brevin Rivers. And Brozier, the left-handed hitter, is ready and takes a pitch up, ball one. Big number 11 on his back, red spikes, black and red batting gloves. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball. Diving first baseman knocks it down. No one's going to be able to get anybody. Throw to first is not going to be in time. The second baseman, Kyle Price, did the best he could to come over and make a play on it, but he was a step late on the throw, and everyone's safe. Two straight hits with two down here for Wapahani in the home second. And that'll bring in Braxton Davis, the DH. The first baseman, Henry Woodcock, made a nice play diving to his backhand side, just couldn't get it cleanly. Two aboard, two down. First pitch home to Davis is a called strike. The designated hitter batting for Jacob Feistritzer, the right fielder. Braxton Davis trying to get Wapahani on the board here. Takes one inside. It's a ball, and the count is even at 1-1. From the stretch, long pause. Maltesnik brings it home. It's a bullet for a strike. 1-2 to Davis. Rivers at second, Brozier at first. Here's the pitch. Softly down the right field line. It's right near the right fielder, and it's easy work for Eganov as he makes the catch coming over toward the line. And that puts Wapahani away here in their half of the second inning. No runs, a pair of hits, no errors, two left on. Wapahani has left three already in the game. The Donut Fest continues. Nothing but bagels at Victory Field in the 2A state championship game. We go to the third. Cardinal Ritter, nothing. Wapahani, nothing. On Beaver Media.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Ritter nothing, Wapahani nothing as we move to the top of the third inning here at Victory Field. Wapahani has had scoring chances in each inning and just couldn't get anyone around. But they'll get to him eventually if he's not careful. 8, 9, and 1 in the Ritter batting order here in the third against Alex Summers. Henry Woodcock, the first baseman, will lead things off. Dylan Olenek and Alex Vila waiting behind him. Summers has been sharp so far. Here comes the pitch from him. Taken for a strike. Woodcock, a right-handed hitter. Waiting on the next one. Here it is. Lays down a bunt. Out near the mound. Should be easy. Summers down off the hill. He'll throw on to Young, and that's one down. On a nice play by Alex Summers. Bunt was too close to the mound. Had it been closer to the line, it would have been a tough one. But Summers fielding his position well, and that brings in the 9-hitter, Alec Olenek, the Ritter catcher. Dylan Olenek, .315 batter during the regular season. And he's taking, and it's outside, ball 1. Beautiful night for baseball. More clouds than clear sky above Victory Field right now. Summers into his windup. Here's the next one. It's a fastball on the outside at a called strike. Goose eggs in the run category. 1 hit for Cardinal Ritter, 3 hits for Wapahani so far. There's a pitch up and away. Good take by Dylan Olenek to make it 2-1. Wapahani playing him pretty much straight away on all 7 spots behind the pitcher. Next one fouled back into the screen to make it 2-2. As you see in most parks today, the netting behind the plate instead of chain link fence. Here's the windup and the next pitch from Summers, a curve upstairs, and the count runs full. Lots of Wapahani red on the third base side of this stadium. The windup, the pitch from Summers. Fouled back into the net, and we stay 3-2. Errorless game so far, and more pitching and defense than offense so far. Here's the windup and the delivery. Chopper toward short. Wise charges, gets a big hop, fires over to Young. Easy out. Got him by 2 steps, 2 down. Wise has been a busy guy out at short. It's his 3rd assist in the game already. So we're through the lineup 1 time. No one on, 2 down for the leadoff man, Alex Vila. Now we go through the lineup for the 2nd time. Let's see about the adjustments, both from the pitcher and from the batters. Vila 0 for 1. He popped to second base his first time. The third baseman, Rivers, in on the grass. The pitch home is a called strike on the inside corner. Not a lot of wind to speak of right now. The flag's in left field on the concourse, not moving much at all. Got diving stop at short. Great play from the hole. Long throw is not going to get him, but Wise made one heck of a play just to give himself a chance. Laid out going to his backhand side and got it, but that's an infield hit for Alex Vila. And with 2 down, Kyle Price will bat. Price 0 for 1. Left-handed hitter grounded to short his first time. Summers now back into the stretch. Short lead at first. Runner not going. The pitch home is a called strike. Infield, playing him to pull. Wise, the shortstop, way over near the bag at second. Snap throw to first. Runner back. The second baseman, Vickery, is playing where you would normally play on a double play situation. Wise is way over to his normal spot to the left towards second base. They expect him to pull. Pitch home is a ball. Throw down on the stolen base attempt. He's going to be safe. Picked a good pitch to run on. The pitch was up in the zone. Vila has himself a stolen base. The count is 1-1 to Kyle Price. Tough ball to handle for Tyson Lipscomb. Now time called as Vila goes out and knocks all the dirt out of his pants. He went in head first, and the laundry at the Vila household just got significantly more difficult. So let's see if Price can break the ice in a scoreless game here in the third with a man at second base and 2 down. Here's the pitch. Slapped foul down the left field line, way back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Want to get out of it right here if you're Alex Summers, as he tries to put another 0 on the board on the Cardinal Ritter's side of the world. Long look in, and now the home plate umpire, Mark Maxwell, will grant time briefly. Now he's back, points to the pitcher. Summers looks in, nods his head, set at the chest, stares at the runner, back at him again, a third time. Now he'll come home. Ground ball toward third. Rivers knocks it down. It gets by Wise into left field. That's going to bring home a run to score, and it's 1-0 Cardinal Ritter. Alex Vila scores the game's first run, and the Raiders get the early lead. Vila scores on the RBI single by Kyle Price. It hit the gloves of both the third baseman and the shortstop going into left field. It just squirted through. And that brings in Jake Klumper. Well, the 2 hits in the inning haven't amounted to much, but they got enough, and Ritter is on top. First pitch home to Klumper is a called strike. Jake went out striking out, swinging his first time. He's working on an 0 for 1 night. Summers ready from the chest. Long look at the runner now. He brings it home. It's high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. As I've said many times, the first one never really bothered me that much because I knew I had to get at least 1 to win anyway. And if you can't get 1, you shouldn't win. So, Wapahani, they're trailing 1-0. Here's the pitch. Check swing, way out in front of that off-speed pitch. A beauty from Summers. And that runs the count to 1-2. Price, the runner at first base. He's camped there with a very short lead. Here comes the pitch home. Too high, 2-2. Neither single has been very hard hit in this inning by Cardinal Ritter, but it doesn't matter how hard you hit them as long as they go through. And they've had some luck here. Next one is slap foul down the left field line into the upper deck. And the kids are off to the chase to get the ball, which are souvenirs at the state final. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Deuce is wild with 2 outs and a man at first base in the person of Kyle Price. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball taken high and in. That'll run the count to full. So Price, the runner at first base, will be going on the delivery with 2 down and a full count to Klumper. There he goes. Slap foul into the net over near the third base dugout. Good battle here the second time between Klumper and Alex Summers. Summers got him on 4 pitches the first time. This will be the 8th pitch to him the second time. With 2 down here in the third inning, and Ritter ahead 1-0. With a man at first, there he goes again. Hard hit ball in the air, down the right field line. This is trouble. It's deep. It's off the wall on a hop. Runner around third. He's got the green light. He's going to score. Batter headed for third. It's going to be a sliding triple and a 2-0 Ritter lead. Hardest hit ball of the night by either team. And that brings in Price to score the second run of the night for Cardinal Ritter. That ball was tagged. And that brings up Blake Maltesnik. Brian Dudley is out of the third base dugout and meeting with his pitcher, catcher, and infielders on the mound. There's a good shot of him on the scoreboard. You'll look far and wide, high and low to find a better coach in high school baseball than that man, Brian Dudley. I'll tell you that right now. So 2 runs are in here in the third inning for Cardinal Ritter. That one was no cheap hit. Maltesnik is 0 for 1. He popped to second base his first time. And as I've said before, the second time through the order, things can get different. There's a pitch outside and a nice save by Lipscomb. That was way outside for ball 1. Not a big thing. You got to settle in, keep your poise, do your job. 4 hits tonight in the game now for Ritter. They've hung a 2 spot here in the third. There's the pitch too far inside. And it's 2-0 to Maltesnik. And with a base open at first, you really don't want to give him anything too fat here anyway. Looks out at Summers. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball, another nice stop in the dirt by Lipscomb. It's 3-0 to Blake Maltesnik. Easily the most dangerous hitter in the lineup for Cardinal Ritter. Dual threat, both on the mound and at the plate. And after a 3-0 start, they're just going to send him down to first base on an intentional walk. And they'll take their chances with Ben Eganoff. That's the first walk of the game for Alex Summers. 2 strikeouts to go along with it, but he's down 2-0 now. And a quick conversation about 20 feet from the plate up the line as Dave Scott has a quick conversation with Eganoff, probably saying, hey, they walked that guy to get to you. You might want to make them regret that. So, going through the signs is Dave Scott. Runners on the corners, 2 away. Top of the third. 2-0 Ritter out in front of Wapahani. Summers with a long wait from the stretch. He'll bring it home. And it's a called strike on the outside corner. Eganoff had an infield single his first time. Raiders trying to get out of the inning right here. Summers ready with the next one. He steps off. Runner is caught between second and third. They throw down and he's safe. He got by the tag. And the runner comes home to score from third. And it's 3-0 Ritter. Wow. The double steal worked to perfection. Klumper steals home as Maltesnik steals second base. They had him dead to rights. Summers made a pretty good throw down to second base, but Vickery couldn't get the tag on Maltesnik, who made a great slide. And it's 3-0 here in the third inning. Here's the pitch. Big rip, big miss. 0-2. This inning began with 2 quick outs. This 2-out rally has Ritter up 3-0. Here's the pitch. It's too high. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eganoff. Raiders have some work to do in the state championship game, trailing by 3 now. Summers trying to shut it off right here. Check swing, ball in the dirt. Did he get a piece? He did get a piece. And he stays alive, 1-2. Maltesnik, the runner, down at second base. Vila, Price, and Klumper have scored for the Ritter Raiders here in their half of the third. Next pitch is over but low. 2-2. And a long inning in terms of pitches thrown for Alex Summers. We'll have more on that a little later. Here comes the next one. One hops the catcher, goes to the screen. Lipscomb can't get it. The runner goes to third on the wild pitch by Summers. That'll be a wild pitch. Charge to Summers. Now Tesnick down at third with 2 down now, and a full count to Eganoff. From the windup, here comes the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. Second walk by Summers. First unintentional walk. Men are on the corners with 2 down, and now Tyson Lipscomb, the catcher, will trot out to the mound. The third baseman, Brevin Rivers, will join him over there for a quick chat on the mound. Summers has thrown 34 pitches in this inning alone. He threw 32 2 innings. This will be the 8th hitter of the inning. It's Brian Bacon, and he takes low, ball 1. Bacon, nothing out of 1. He struck out swinging his first time. Men on the corners, 2 away. Big inning so far for Ritter as they've hung 3 here in the third. Next pitch is over but low, and it's quickly 2-0. You have to start thinking at some point, how long do you stay with Alex Summers because of the pitch load? There's a fastball for a strike, belt high. 2-1. This has been a tough inning for Summers. Ritter got to him the second time through the order. All this with 2 down. Here comes the pitch. Runner from first going. It's a called strike. They'll just ignore him. 2-2. Runners at second and third. You really got to get him out here. 2 away in the Ritter third. They lead 3-0. Here's the pitch. Slow and inside. Lipscomb again with a nice job to keep it in front of him. And the count runs full. Runners will not be going because there's an open base at first, but they'll be going on contact. You got to get this man out. Here comes the pitch. High, ball 4. Base is loaded. Third walk by Summers, the second in a row. And Ritter will bat around here in the third. This will be Luke Shearer to the plate. The 9th batter of the inning. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. Nowhere to put him. Summers really struggling here in the third. You're down 3 runs already. You don't want it to get worse here. The first pitch to him is a strike. Well, Tesnick at third, Eganoff at second, Bacon at first. They'll play behind the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Low and away, good stop again by Lipscomb. Count is 1-1. Woodcock and Olenek grounded out, back to back, bam, bam, 2 outs in the third, and then the roof caved in. Here's a fly ball, straightaway center. The crowd saw it with its heart, not with its eyes. Easy play coming in for Garrett Stanley, and that puts Cardinal Ritter down finally in their half of the third, but you hear the hand from their fans. They're loving it. 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 3 left. There's a pattern there. We've played 2.5 innings of the 2A state championship game at Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter 3, Wapahani nothing on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live.
There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. There's still a place where an edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. The 2A state championship game at Victory Field. Cardinal Ritter breaks the ice, and they lead Wapahani 3-0 going to the bottom of the third inning. That was one long inning for Alex Summers and his Wapahani teammates. Around, hung that 3, and here we go to the home half of inning number 3. Time to get to work for Wapahani. They'll have the top of the order to lead things off. Tyson Lipscomb, and he takes ball 1. Their second time through the order. Lashed a line drive into left field on the next one. A beautiful swing. Took it the other way. 2 trips, 2 hits in the game for Tyson Lipscomb, and that's a great way to start a rally here in the third inning. Just what Wapahani needed. See if they can build on some momentum here. The first time this happened, he popped out. He shows bunt again this time. Up the first baseline. The first baseman's going to take it on his own. It's a 3 unassisted put out and a sacrifice by Stephen Vickery. Nicely done. That's how you do it. That moves Lipscomb to second base, and with 1 down, you've got 3 and 4 potentially behind him waiting. Garrett Stanley, the batter. 0 for 1, reached on a fielder's choice. And now he'll ask for time. A couple of teammates had run in from the bullpen. Here's the pitch home. It's a curveball and a called strike. Stanley did not like the call. Bottom of the third, Wapahani trailing 3-0, but they've got a man at second with 1 out. Pitch. It's away. Snap throw back to second, and nice one-hop scoop pickup by Vila, the shortstop, to keep the runner at second base. That could have been a free bag for Lipscomb. That was a ball to Stanley. The count to him is 1-1. Maltesnik ready with the next one. Sharply hit ground ball. It's through to the shortstop hole. He picks it up, fires to third. They got him! Heads up play. Base running error by Lipscomb. And he's out. 6-5. That's 2 down. The old rule is make sure the ball goes through. It has to be to your right when you're running at second base, and it has to go through. And I think he thought it was going to get by the shortstop, who dived, got it, and threw to third, and they got him. So 2 down with a man at first, and the first pitch home to Chandler Wise is in the dirt and a ball. Stanley safe at first on the fielder's choice. Long wait. Here's the next one. Runner going. Pitcher's a strike. Throw down to second base is not going to be in time. A stolen base for Garrett Stanley. Count to Wise is 1-1. Raiders trying to break the ice themselves here for Wapahani, trailing 3-0 in the third. 2 down now with a man at second. Here's the pitch. And time called. Maltesnik brought it home anyway. The plate umpire, Mark Maxwell, took a walk, said, nope, wipe it off. Now the catcher, Dylan Olenek, out to talk to his pitcher. Having a quick convo. Now he'll run back behind the plate. You hear the Wapahani crowd trying to get something going on their side of the diamond here in the third as they trail by a 3 spot. Wise ready on the next one. Runner breaks for third. Foul ball. Skipping a dance time for Brian Dudley down in the third base coach's box. Stanley has reached on fielder's choices twice and stolen second base twice. Next pitch home is the best fastball of the night from Maltesnik. It was too high, though. It's 2-2. Wise trying to get the first Wapahani run home here in the third inning. Pitch comes home to him. Swinging the ball in the dirt. He'll have to run down to first. The catcher will fire down, and that's an out. Chandler Wise strikes out. 2-3 on the put out. And Wapahani threatens but can't get a run home here in their half of the third. No runs, a hit, a base running mistake. 1 man left on base. Wapahani has left 4 through 3 innings. We go to the middle frame after 3 complete. It's Cardinal Ritter out in front of Wapahani, 3-0 on Beaver Media.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Cardinal Ritter out in front of Wapahani by a 3-0 count as we move to the top of the 4th inning. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight. Great to have you along for the ride. Has not been the way Wapahani would like it to go so far, but a long way to go. A lot of baseball left to be played. For the 2nd inning in a row, it's Henry Woodcock to lead off in the 8th hole with Dylan Olenek and Alex Vila behind him. Still on the mound, Alex Summers. Not sure for how much longer. Here comes the pitch. It's outside and high, ball 1. I say that because Summers threw 42 pitches in the 3rd inning, 74 in the game. That last one was his 75th unofficially. This one is popped up on the infield, back behind home plate near the stands. Lipscomb hustling. He can't get it, though. Good hustle play by Tyson. Three runs on 4 hits for Cardinal Ritter. No runs on 4 hits for Wapahani. Neither team has made an error. Cardinal Ritter has left 4. Wapahani has left 4. Gives you an idea of how evenly played this game has been. That 2-out rally in the 3rd by Ritter was just what they were hoping for. Here's the windup in the pitch. He bunts at it. He misses. He offered. and it's 1-2. Woodcock was out 1-3 his first time. Let's see what Summers does with him here. Ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Slapped in the air towards center field. Should be easy work for Garrett Stanley, and he's got it. 1 away. Two softly hit balls, and then a crushed ball to right on a triple by Klumper. And that's how Ritter has gotten the cushion here in the 4th inning. They sent 9 men to the plate in the 3rd. That'll bring up Dylan Olenek. He's the Ritter catcher. 0 for 1 with a ground out to short. First pitch to him is a called strike on the outside corner. Still plenty of time for Wapahani to get back even in the game or take the lead. They'll have to play from behind here in the 2A title game. Next pitch home is a ball. It's 1-1. Wind up and the 1-1. Sharply in the air. Down the right field line by Young. It heads for the corner. It's going to go all the way to the fence at the 320 mark. He's going to head for third. Here comes the throw in from right. It's going to be wild, and it'll be a stand-up triple. Dylan Olenek ran all the way to third. That's the second triple of the game for Cardinal Ritter. And Feistritzer did all he could with that ball down the line, but the fence juts out at an abrupt angle there, and it's a triple. And coming off the field, the catcher Olenek will take a seat, and a courtesy runner will go down to third. Not sure who it is just yet. I'll grab that for you in a moment. Meeting on the mound for Wapahani. We're in the 4th inning, a 3-0 game. The courtesy runner at third base for Cardinal Ritter is number 2, Brian Isley. So we're going to have a pitching change for Wapahani. We'll take a break, come back to tell you more about it after this timeout. We're in the top of the 4th. Wapahani nothing on Beaver Media.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. Dallas Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
Welcome back to the ballpark. We've had a pitching change for Wapahani. They'll go to the relief corps, and they'll turn to Chandler Wise. And I think what they're going to do is flip-flop Wise and Alex Summers. So it'll be Chandler Wise on in relief of Alex Summers here in the 4th inning. 3 1/3 innings worked by the starter Alex Summers. Walked 3, struck out 2, had a wild pitch. All 3 runs belong to him, and in fact, the runner at third also belongs to him. So Cardinal Ritter has chased the starter here in the 4th inning, and that's good news for them. Again, the courtesy runner at third is Brian Isley, running for Dylan Olenek, the catcher who tripled to the right field corner. And with one away, the top of the order rolls around. Alex Vila is the hitter. He's 1 out of 2 with a pop out and a single. He scored one of those 3 runs in that 2-out rally in the Ritter third. His first look at Chandler Wise. He'll pitch out of the stretch with a man at third. Here comes the pitch. It's a strike. Infielders for Wapahani are tight on the corners, halfway up the middle. Trailing 3-0. Here's a foul ball lifted down the right field side. It'll be in the stands for a souvenir in the upper deck. Quickly 0-2. Wise on in relief of Summers. Set at the chest. Here comes the pitch. It's upstairs. Good take by Vila. The count is 1-2. Thanks for joining me tonight. This will be the final high school baseball broadcast of 2016-17. Hard to believe. Next one on the way. Fouled back out of play. Nice catch by a fan who gets a nice hand here in the upper deck. Vila down in the count, 1-2. The sun now setting. Some glare off that scoreboard in right field. Here's the pitch home. Ground ball, right side. It's into right field, base hit. That'll bring in another run. It's 4-0 Cardinal Ritter. They get another hit to bring home Isley. Vila with another single. Nice piece of hitting to right field. Give him the RBI. And that brings up Kyle Price. Second hit of the inning. 6th hit of the game by Cardinal Ritter. Pitch home. Look out. Hit the edge of the plate and went about 15 feet in the air. You don't see that every day. The pitch is a ball. That'll be a wild pitch. Technically, it allows Vila to go down to second base. And at first, the catcher, Lipscomb, had no idea where that ball went. Went right up above his head. Runner at second with 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's low. 2-0 to Kyle Price. Ground out, single, run scored, RBI for a busy Kyle Price tonight. With another duck on the pond at second base in Alex Vila. He has a big lead. Shows bunt. Now the runner goes to third as the pitch home got away from the catcher Lipscomb. He's safe down at third. That might be another passed ball. Count is 3-0 to Kyle Price. When it's going your way, it's going your way. And right now it's going Ritter's way. Man at third with 1 out here in the 4th inning of a 4-0 game. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball for a strike. Price was taking, and it's 3-1. They've only hit 2 balls hard all night, but that's plenty. That'll get you the W. Here's the pitch. It's low, ball 4. Well, you can close the book now on Summers. He'll be charged with all 4 runs so far. The rest of it belongs to really pitcher Chandler Wise. Runners on the corners with 1 out, and Jake Klumper is the batter. And all he did last time is hit a rocket for a triple down the right field line to drive in a run. Let's see if the runner at first has thoughts of going to second via the steal. He's staying put, and the first pitch home is a ball. Defensively, Wapahani not very deep in the outfield. Tight on the corners. Double play depth in the middle. Here comes the pitch. Nope, Wise fakes to third, fakes to first. Everybody back. We were scoreless through 2. Ritter got 3 in the third. They've gotten another one here in the fourth with men on the corners. Fastball high and outside. Good take by Klumper. 1 ball, 1 strike. Want to thank Jason Willie and the rest of the IHSAA staff for all their hard work. Also the fine people here at Victory Field. Here's a pitch over for a strike. And it's 1-2. Do a really nice job on this facility and running the state final here, and it's a great opportunity for these young men to play in this park every year. 1 game tonight, 3 more tomorrow. 2-1 pitch on the way. It's low, and that makes it 3-1. Wise trying to work out of it. Shot, line drive, right at Vickery at second, but no one else is in jeopardy as the runner at first. Good base running play to make sure it goes through, and he did. Always getting doubled off on the line out to second baseman Stephen Vickery, and that ball was scalded. You probably figured that out by the sound. Thought I'd let you in on that. That's 2 down for Blake Maltesnik. Popped to second. Went to first on an intentional pass. Officially nothing out of 1. Men still on the corners. And he takes low and away, ball 1. You're at this stage in the game now where we're halfway through that you really can't let them get much farther apart than 4-0. A hit here would be a dagger. Wapahani needs to keep them right where they are. Here comes the 1-0. It's outside and low. 2 balls, no strikes. And if you're looking ahead at the Wapahani half of the fourth, 5, 6, and 7 in the order due up. They'll need to make some hay in a hurry. Trailing 4-0. Wise, set at the chest, brings it home. It's a fastball, a called strike. Maltesnik was taking all the way, and it's 2-1. This young man will go play his college ball at Eastern Illinois. Vila, the shortstop, will go to St. Francis, I'm told, up in Fort Wayne. A couple other guys on the Ritter team are mulling college offers as well. Here's the pitch. Fastball, called strike. Runner from first will trot to second. Wapahani ignores him. Count is 2-2. Deuces wild. 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Maltesnik with men at second and third. Here's the pitch from Wise. Worked him away, missed away, and the count's full. Thanks again so much for being along with the ride tonight here on Beaver Media. You have no idea how much it means for me to have you in the audience. Really appreciate your support. Here comes the 3-2. 58-footer, ball 4, but no one can move up. Maltesnik earns another walk. This one, the unintentional variety. And that brings up Ben Eganoff. Single walk, 1 out of 2. Bags juiced for Ritter here in the fourth. They already lead 4-0. They could break it wide open here. There's a fastball, strike on the outside corner. Eganoff taking all the way. Wapahani just needs to get off the diamond with no more damage here and then go to work. They've got half a game left to do something about it. Ground ball up the middle. Diving attempt. It's into center field. 1 run in. 2 runs in on a single. by Ben Eganoff, and that makes it 6-0. Cardinal Ritter. 2 RBIs for Eganoff as Vila and Price come home to score, and that's going to make it awful tough on the boys from Selma. Not over yet, though. We've seen bigger leads disappear. That sends Maltesnik all the way over to third, and it brings up Brian Bacon. And that one just got under the glove of Chandler Wise at short. He made an all-out attempt to get it, to keep it on the infield, and couldn't do it. Just got under him. Well, that'll bring in Bacon, the left-handed hitting third baseman, with men on the corners, and he takes a strike. Well, it's rally time for Wapahani for sure. You look at the body language right now, not good for the Raiders. They've taken a couple of heavy punches here to go down 6 runs, and they're not out of it yet. Runner from first breaks, pitches a ball, and again, defensive indifference as Eganoff runs down to second base to put men at second and third here in the 4th inning. Now time called, and the second baseman, Vickery, will come in for a quick chat with Chandler Wise. Now he's back out there, and actually it's Summers. Summers is playing second base right now. Here's the pitch. Shortens, shows bunt. Can't get it. It's a ball, and it's 2-1. Now time called as Dave Scott, the head coach and third base coach from Cardinal Ritter, comes to the home plate umpire, says something, and the plate umpire, Mark Maxwell, will ask the third base umpire, Tony Gogler, for a quick convo between third and home. Runners don't go anywhere. Not sure what that was about. We're all set, though. We're in the 4th inning. Ritter half. They lead 6-0 with men at second and third and 2 outs. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back out of play by Brian Bacon off the facade. That makes it 2-2. Couple of 3 spots by Ritter. One in the 3rd, one here in the 4th. They lead by a half dozen. Wise just trying to get off the field. Ground ball by the mound right side. Second baseman has it. He'll fire to first in a hurry. Bang, bang play. They got him. Nicely done. 4-3 on the putout. And that does it for Ritter here in their half of the 4th inning. You hear them get a nice hand from their fans. They can smell it right now. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. No errors. And they leave 2 men on. We're halfway through the 2A state championship game right now. Everything coming up roses for Ritter. It's Wapahani trailing Cardinal Ritter 6-0 on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live. Don't go away.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to Victory Field. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight here on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel of YouTube Live. It's been all Cardinal Ritter in this one. They are out in front, 6-0. 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Cardinal Ritter. No runs, 4 hits, no errors for Wapahani. Time to get to work for the Wapahani edition of the Raiders. 5, 6, and 7. And the first pitch of the inning to Young is hit down the right field line a mile high in the air. Easy job for Ben Eganoff, who catches it for the first out. That brings in Alex Summers. Well, Summers went from the mound to second base. Vickery went from second base to shortstop. And Wise came on to pitch from short, if you're keeping score at home. And the first pitch back is fouled off the glass about 3 doors down. Summers, nothing out of 1. He takes fastball away for ball 1. He struck out looking and was thrown out on a wild pitch. His only time up. Next one is a fastball too high, and he's in front 2-1. It is possible to get a foul ball in the booth here. Here's the pitch on the way. Hard hit ball in the air, left center field, 2 men chasing. Can either one get there? Yes. The left fielder, Luke Scherer, forehands it in the alley for the second out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Wapahani fourth, and that brings up Brevin Rivers. Was talking about Jason Willie, the sports information director, earlier. There's a swing and a miss on the first one home to Rivers. He's down 0-1. Felt bad for him. He was supposed to be here at 5:30 and got caught in traffic because of the vice president's visit to Indianapolis. Next one home is high and a ball. We'll see if they granted time there. I don't think they did. They didn't put the ball on the board. The umpire puts up his fingers. 1-1. They did count it as a ball. Next pitch is a strike. Told you that Maltesnik likes to work quickly, and the Raiders have been trying to disrupt him, the Wapahani Raiders. There's a swing and a miss. And just that fast, good morning, good afternoon, good night. Wapahani goes without a whimper in their half of the fourth inning. It's looking a little dark right now for the Wapahani guys. 0s on the board for Wapahani in the fourth. The first time tonight they fail to get a runner or leave a man on base. We're through 4 complete from Victory Field, the 2A state championship game. Right now it's all Cardinal Ritter. They lead Wapahani 6-0 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
There's still a place. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. Edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
It's Cardinal Ritter 6, Wapahani nothing as we move to the 5th inning here at Victory Field in the 2A state championship game. Nice crowd here tonight for the 2A final. Tomorrow, a triple header here at Victory Field. They'll play the 1A final at 11 a.m., the 3A final at 2 p.m., and the 4A final at 5 p.m., weather permitting. So come on out and support some good high school baseball. You'll be glad you did. It's the best bargain in town. And hopefully you get down here tomorrow and see some good baseball to wrap up the 2017 season. It's looking a little dim right now for Wapahani. They have 3 innings. This 6-0 deficit. It's the bottom third of the Cardinal Ritter order here in the 5th inning. And Luke Shearer, the left fielder, scheduled to lead off. And we're going to have a pinch hitter. Autry Gaynor. Right-handed hitter. And the first one home to him is outside, ball 1. So Dave Scott feeling pretty secure, going to the bench here in the 5th. There's a called strike to even the count. Gaynor ready for the next one. It's a fastball, a beauty on the outside edge, and the count is 1-2. Gaynor on as a pinch hitter here in the 5th inning to start things off for Cardinal Ritter. The next one is a ball, and it's 2-2. Got a feeling this won't be the only pinch hitter we see tonight. Next one on the way. Tapper out in front of the plate. Pitcher will come down, field and fire. Batter goes in diving at first base. Didn't do him any good. Nice play by Chandler Wise to come off the mound and get him out. 1-3 in the book, and that brings in Henry Woodcock. And he will bat. Woodcock, nothing out of 2, a ground out and a fly out. Wise into his windup, brings it home, high, ball 1. Wapahani will still have 3 more chances to hit. They are the home team in this game, and they'll need all of them. Trailing 6-0. Here's the windup and the delivery. It's a fastball and a beauty on the outer edge. Woodcock taking. Count evens 1-1. This is the 2nd year in a row I've called the state championship game in this booth. Next one home is a 59-footer. The count's 2-1. I was in this very chair a year ago when Daleville beat Lanesville to win the 1A title in 2016. Next one is a called strike on the outside corner, and the count is 2-2. And we're far from over here, but it's going to be tough for Wapahani. They're going to need a lot of runs starting next inning. There's a chopper foul past the third base coach and down into the bullpen. Fan leans out and has a souvenir. I was talking to Matt Luce and one of his little boys before the game tonight, and he'd gotten his hands on an official game ball, and boy, was he proud. Foul ball back into the screen. Still 2-2. So I said, come here for a minute. Show me the ball. And we talked about grips and why you hold it a certain way and why you hold it another way sometimes. It's fun teaching little kids. Here's the 2-2. Called third strike. Wise painted the outside edge of the plate. Beautiful pitch. 2 down. Woodcock takes the backward K. And he takes a seat with 2 down here in the 5th. And that brings up Dylan Olenek, who hit a screamer of a triple down the right field line his last time up. 1 out of 2 in the game. Here comes the pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 1. Wise ready. Into his windup. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside corner, a strike. It's gotten quiet here. There's a shot backhanded nicely at first base. It'll be a 3 unassisted put on a fantastic play by Drew Young, who knocked the bullet down, picked it up, and won the race to the bag. Beat Olenek there. That's the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left in a 1-2-3 fifth for Cardinal Ritter. It's the first time they've been out scoreless since the second frame. We're through 4.5 innings of the 2A state championship game. Cardinal Ritter 6, Wapahani nothing on Beaver Media.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to Victory Field. Brian Beaver along with you tonight. Good to have you along. Hasn't been a great night for Wapahani so far, but they have 9 outs to play with offensively, and they're going to need them all. Trailing 6-0 as we go to the home half of inning number 5. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the Wapahani batting order. Blake Maltesnik has gone the distance for Cardinal Ritter. He's their star. He's 11-1 this season, and not for no reason. He's pretty good. Going to Eastern Illinois to play his college ball next year. Isaiah Brozier to lead things off for Wapahani here in the 5th. They need to get something going in a hurry. Brozier, 1 out of 1. Was left on base in the second. First pitch hitting to Hopper by the first baseman down the line. We'll see if they score that a hit or an error. He should have caught that. He let a big hop gobble him up. We'll wait for the official decision next door. In between hop, it got behind and got by Woodcock. It brings in Braxton Davis, the DH. Nothing out of 1. He takes a strike. They're going to score that an error, and I agree. Long wait. Now Maltesnik ready. Leaves this one in and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. So is that the break Wapahani has been waiting for? Hopefully it is for those kids. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, beauty on the outside third for a strike. It's 1-2. Davis, the designated hitter for the right fielder, Jacob Feistritzer. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball, hard hit toward third, backhanded, long throw to first, pulls him off. Everybody's safe. Back-to-back tough plays defensively for Cardinal Ritter. I think that's going to go as a hit. We'll wait and see. The first 2 men are aboard for Wapahani here in inning number 5. And it's scored a hit, and I agree again. Infield single for Davis, and the first 2 men are on board here in the 5th for Wapahani, and this is now their 3rd time through the order. Can they get to Malstinik? Spin, throw to second base, safe on a close pickoff attempt. You heard the from the Cardinal Ritter fans. It was a close play. He made a good throw. Just back safely was Brozier. Tyson Lipscomb, the batter. Here's the pitch to him. It's by the catcher all the way to the wall. Both men are going to move up on the wild pitch. So, is momentum about to shift in this one? We're going to have to wait and find out together. It's a visit to the mound by Dave Scott in a meeting of the minds here in the Wapahani half of the 5th inning. You hear the crowd coming to life. Wapahani fans getting busy. It's the first time they've had anything to cheer about in several innings, and they've gotten the start they need here in the 5th. It's a 6-0 game. 3 runs in the 3rd by Cardinal Ritter, 3 more in the 4th. Wapahani threatening big time to open the 5th with runners at 2nd and 3rd now. And 1 ball and no strikes to Tyson Lipscomb, who has 2 straight singles in the game. Base hit here would make it 6-2 most likely. Now the home plate umpire comes out and says, time. And now Cardinal Ritter is going to choose the smart play and intentionally walk Tyson Lipscomb to load the bases. That brings in Stephen Vickery. Pop out, sacrifice, 0 for 1. Big moment for Vickery here in the 5th with the bags loaded, trailing 6-0. Maltesnik will go from the stretch. Here comes his pitch. It's a called strike on the outer edge. Can Vickery turn Victory Field into Vickery Field temporarily? I'll hear the crowd do that. Here comes the pitch. He takes low and away. Good stop by Dylan Olenek. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Good catchers are worth their weight in gold. Wapahani runners everywhere. The bags are juiced. Here's the fly ball. Shallow center field. Coming on the dead run. He can't get it. It's going to fall in, and it's going to be a run for Wapahani. As Brozier comes home to score on the bloop single to center field, there won't be a shutout in 2017. 6-1 game now, and the bags will stay loaded. Give the RBI to Vickery, who fought it off and blooped it into center field to keep the inning going. Nobody out. Garrett Stanley, the batter. He hits a ball into left field on the ground. Base hit. 1 run will score. The green light for the next man. The throw is going to come to 3rd, and they got him. But 2 runs come home to score. Davis and Lipscomb score, and lead is cut in half here in the 5th inning. Wow. That was a heads-up play, and I believe that's an 8-5 putout at 3rd base for the first out of the inning. Stanley with the hit, with the RBI. 2 of them. He goes to 2nd on the throw-in. Chandler Wise, the batter. He hits 1 in the air to right field. It's right at him, though. Tag. He's going to try for 3rd. Here comes the throw. He's going to be safe. Gutsy play by Garrett Stanley to advance on the fly out to right field. And that's out number 2. Boy, things have gotten exciting all of a sudden for Wapahani here in the 5th. They have a 3-run inning of their own, and they're not done yet. They bring Drew Young to the plate with a man at 3rd and 2 down. Maltesnik still out of the stretch. First one is in the dirt. Another nice block by Olenek to prevent a run. Really nice catcher for Cardinal Ritter. Wapahani's version of the Raiders have punched back here in the 5th, now trailing 6-3. Can they get more? Fastball away, 2-0. Young is working on an 0 for 2 night. Grounded to 3rd, flied to right. What he wouldn't give for an extra base hit, even just a single right here. Pitch on the way. High and tight, buzzed the tower. It's 3-0. Alex Summers waiting in the on-deck circle, salivating like Pavlov's dog. He wants to hit here in the 5th. Next one on the way. It's a fastball, a called strike on the outside corner. 3 balls and a strike to Drew Young. Garrett Stanley, his teammate, down at third base. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, shallow right field. That could be trouble in the dusk. Eganoff comes in toward the line. He's got it. That'll do it for Wapahani here in their half of the 5th inning, but it's a good one. The first good inning tonight offensively for Wapahani. 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 Cardinal Ritter error. They leave a man at third base. Wapahani has stranded 5 in the game. Don't go away, folks. This ain't over just yet. We're through 5 complete from Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter 6, Wapahani 3 on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live. Don't go away.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket?
It's a much tighter game now as we go to the top of the 6th inning of the 2A state championship game at Victory Field. Wapahani, for the first time tonight, gets to Blake Maltesnik offensively, and they hang 3 on the board in the 5th to cut the lead in half. What began as a 6-0 lead in that inning finishes 6-3 thanks to a big rally by Wapahani. Now the job for Chandler Wise and company is to keep Cardinal Ritter right where they are. They've gotten halfway back. You want to get them out in a hurry here and get back in the dugout and hit while you're hot. It's going to be the top of the order for Cardinal Ritter here in the 6th inning. Alex Vila, Kyle Price, Jake Klumper due to hit. Vila, the shortstop. 2 hits in 3 trips, both singles. A couple runs scored and an RBI. He's been trouble all night for the Wapahani pitchers. Let's see if the Raiders in white can keep it going against the Raiders in red. First pitch home is a called strike in a beauty from Chandler Wise. You just want to keep them on 6, not let them go to 7 or anything more. Here's the next one. It's in the dirt, about a 59-footer. Not even that, more like 55. And you hear the sound of the Jets going by here downtown in Indy. The next one from Wise is on the outside corner for a called strike. Count runs to 1-2. The folks flying in have a great view of Victory Field at twilight with the lights brightly shining now. There's a pitch inside, goes all the way to the backstop. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Alex Vila. Alex Summers started the game for Wapahani. He was lifted after 3 1/3. Wise has been on the mound ever since. He leaves this one outside, and the count is full. When the Jets are flying in over downtown, this is a little like the old Shea Stadium where the Mets used to play out in Flushing Meadow. Ball missed away, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Alex Vila. Bases on balls have been a problem for the Wapahani pitchers tonight. They hadn't walked many men in the state tournament. They've walked too many tonight. Unofficially 6 in the game. Man at first, no one out for Kyle Price. From the stretch now. Wise with a fastball for a strike. Can't give your opponent extra outs or extra runners. This game is hard enough when you're getting them out. We'll see if Vila has any notion of stealing second. Had a good size lead. He bluffs. Wapahani thought he was going. That was a pitch out. Nothing on. And that makes it 1-1. Had a chance to have a nice quick chat with each coach earlier tonight before the game. Appreciate their time. Changing lineup cards and getting to know each other. Throw to first, runner back. Dave Scott, a California native, coaching at Cardinal Ritter. And, of course, Brian Dudley in his 34th year leading Wapahani. Here's the next pitch from Wise. Line drive into center field for a base hit. 2 men on to start the 6th inning for Cardinal Ritter. That one was lined right up the middle. Second knock of the game for Kyle Price. And it brings up the 3-hole hitter, Jake Klumper. At first and second, and nobody out here in the 6th for Cardinal Ritter. They threaten again, and there's a called strike on a breaking ball. Klumper, the left-handed hitter, he had a bomb of a triple, one hop the wall in right field, his only hit in 3 trips. He drove in a run and scored one later in the inning. Wise ready, spins, fakes the throw to second. Everybody back okay. You really can't let him get much farther away. With the cleanup man in the on-deck circle, here's the pitch. It's just off the outside edge, and the count to Klumper is 1-1. Beautiful here at Victory Field. It's 9:24 Eastern Daylight Time, and the sun is now set. Still some twilight. There's a pitch low for a ball, and it's 2-1. This is a picture postcard right now with twilight off the buildings facing to the west. The lights about 75% effective now, and the scoreboard, boom, in right field with all those lights. There's a pitch that's in the dirt. Now, wait a minute. That should be ball 3. Brian Dudley says, throw down there. The ball's in play. There's a runner stuck between first and second. Now they're going to put a tag on him. He should be out. He should be out. No one called time. That was ball 3. That was ball 3. That's a live ball. That is the batter's mistake and a live ball. He should be out. The runner from first should be out. Now we've got ourselves a little controversy here. Dave Scott will have a conversation with the home plate umpire. The batter took off for first base, but that was ball 3. The runner at first trotted down towards second base, got about halfway there thinking, hey, I got to go to second. No, you don't. That ball was in play. That should be an out. No one called time until after the tag was made at second base in a rundown in slow motion. That should be an out, and the umpire at second base is getting an earful from a couple of Wapahani players, and rightfully so. They missed that call. Plain and simple. They've done a good job. That one they missed. Brian Dudley's at home plate, giving an earful to the home plate umpire, Mark Maxwell, and now he's going to call time and call all of his umpires in off the bases to talk about it. That should be a 2 to, I think, 6 to 3 to 4 rundown put out in slow motion. Let's see what they do. I hope they get it right. This is a big moment in the game in the 6th inning. in a 6-3 state championship game. It's not the base runner's job to umpire. The batter got it wrong, which made his runner teammate at first get it wrong, and he should be out. There should be a runner at second base with 1 out and a 3-1 count. And if you're watching at home, you'll see what I mean. Watch the replay. That ball was live. It was not dead. And that's the key to the whole thing here. You see the umpires, if you're watching on TV at home, a good shot of them huddled between the mound and the first baseline, the crowd getting restless. This is a big decision. Kyle Price should be out. He's standing at first base, on the base, with his batting helmet off. Let's see what they're going to do. They go back to their positions, the umpires will. Brian Dudley still waiting on an explanation, and now he's going to get it. You hear the Wapahani fans booing because it sure appears they're going to let the runner stay on the bag. Wow. Well, there's never a good time to get one wrong. In a state title game, really bad time to get one wrong. Brian Dudley is getting his say for sure. And he's a pretty conservative, low-key guy. He doesn't get riled up very often. But he's not happy right now, and I can't blame him. He's going to lose the argument at his day in court, and the count is going to be 3-1, and they're going to let Kyle Price stay at first base. I can't believe what I just saw. Well, the upshot of it all, after all that, is that 2 men are still on base for Cardinal Ritter to start the 6th inning. Vila at second, Price at first. 3-1 count to Klumper, the batter. He tripled earlier. He's dangerous. 3-1 pitch on the way. He's taking, and that's ball 4. And this time it really is ball 4.
Number 9, Blake Maltesnik.
Blake Maltesnik now due up. Brian Dudley calls time again, goes out, says to the home plate umpire, let me go talk to my guy. Brian Dudley is going to go to the mound for a quick conversation. And again, this is potentially a game situation in the 6th inning. All the runners for Cardinal Ritter will try to cross the diamond and meet with their head coach, Dave Scott, who coaches third. All the Wapahani infielders with Brian Dudley on the mound here in the 6th inning. Vila walked to lead off. Price singled behind him to put men at first and second. Then we had that oddball play on what Price thought was ball 4 to Jake Klumper. It was not. Wapahani put a tag on him between first and second. He should have been out. He was not ruled out. And now with the bags loaded, Blake Maltesnik is in there, and he could put the game on ice. Here's the pitch to him. Called strike. Pop out, intentional walk, unintentional walk. Officially nothing out of 1 for the Eastern Illinois recruit. Wearing that black number 9 on his red jersey, and again with a 6-3 lead in the top of the 6th, he could put it on ice. Wapahani's going to play tight on the corners, but back up the middle, hoping for a double play. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a strike. 0-2. Vila at third, Price at second, Klumper at first. Wise trying to get out of trouble. Hard hit ball towards short. Oh, it's through his legs. 1 run in, and that's all they'll get. An error at shortstop. My Vickery, and everybody's safe. The first Wapahani error in the game. That moves everybody up 90 feet. Vila scores. It's a 7-3 game. keeps the inning going. Ben Eganoff, the batter. Bags are still loaded with no one out, and the pitch is low in the dirt. Good stop by Lipscomb, ball one. Bags juiced. Wise working out of the stretch. Here's the pitch home. It's again low. Another ball to make it 2-0. If you're looking ahead to the Wapahani 6th, 6, 7, and 8 due up for the Raiders from Selma. They really got to put the lid down here. Trailing 7-3. Hard hit ground ball towards short. Vickery knocks it down. Goes to third with it. They get the force at third base. Run comes home to score. Price touches the plate on the fielder's choice. And that makes it an 8-3 game. That's the first out of the inning. RBI for Eganoff. And it brings up Brian Bacon. Runners at first and second with one away. Wise's pitch is upstairs, ball one. Bacon struck out, walked, and grounded out. Officially 0 for 2. Wise trying to get him out. Here comes the pitch. It's upstairs with a fastball, and it's 2-0. Appreciate you joining us tonight here on the internet. Next one from Wise is a called strike. Bacon was taking. 2-1. Two runs in for Cardinal Ritter here in the 6th. Next one is bunted foul in the air over into the Wapahani dugout, and Jason Dudley, I believe, made that catch on the fly. 2-2 the count. Long pause by Wise, has his sign from the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball too far up. Count 3-2. Ritter has done a good job at the plate working deep counts. That's to their advantage. Ground ball, slap to the left side into left field. They're going to put up the stop sign for the runner at third, and everyone goes station to station, and the bags will be full again. Single for Bacon. That brings in Luke Shearer, who's due to hit. I think we're going to have a pinch hitter. Nope, it is going to be Luke Shearer. Couldn't see his other number. Bags loaded, one away. Fastball, strike. Ground out, fly out, ground out, 0 for 3 for Luke Shearer in this contest. Bags loaded, one out. Wapahani again, double play depth up the middle, tight on the corners, and there's a breaking ball for a called strike. 0-2. Ritter got 3 in the 3rd, 3 in the 4th, 2 more here in the 6th. They lead 8-3 in the 2A state title game. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball smothered nicely by Lipscomb again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wapahani will have 6 outs to work with offensively by trailing at least by 5, if not more. Sharply hit ground ball up the middle. Stop. Flip to second. That's all they'll get. 1 more run home to score. Now Testnik comes home to score on the 4-3 put out at second base. That was a tough play for Summers, who flipped over to Vickery. Shearer reaches on the fielder's choice. An RBI for him. And that brings in Henry Woodcock. Runners on the corners, 2 down. He takes high and away, ball 1. Woodcock, the 8th Cardinal Ritter batter to come to the plate here in the 6th inning. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Wise trying to get him out in a 9-3 game. Next one too high. A trio of 3-run innings by Cardinal Ritter in this game tonight so far. Men on the corners. They watch their batter teammate take a strike. Woodcock was taking all the way to make it 2-1. Last weekend in Kokomo, in that 9-2 Wapahani win over Hebron, 3 3-run innings by Wapahani. Tonight, 3 3-run innings by Cardinal Ritter. Snap throw to first, runner back diving. That's one of those what goes around comes around kind of deals. Wapahani, we got 3 in the 5th. Fastball outside corner for a strike. Beauty from Wise. Pitch away from getting out of it. Here in the 6th. Wapahani trying to go to the dugout. Now the runner from first breaks. The throw goes to second. The runner from third is going to head home. He's going to score, and it's going to count because the run down at second is going to come to an out if they get him after the run scored. Wow. 1, 6, 3, 4, I believe, on the put out at second base for the final out of the inning. And that does it for Cardinal Ritter here in the 6th. That was a mess. Eganoff scored, and Cardinal Ritter adds to its lead. Well, 4 runs, 2 hits, 1 Wapahani error, 1 man left on base for Ritter. We're through 5.5 here at Victory Field. Ritter is in good shape. It's Ritter out in front, 10-3 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel of YouTube Live. Don't go away.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. For demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. Presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We move to the bottom of the 6th inning from Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter out in front of Wapahani, 10-3 now. Major work to do for the fellows from Selma. They have 6 outs to score 7 runs or more. They need 7 to tie. 6, 7, and 8 for Wapahani here in the 6th. Alex Summers to lead off, and he checks and takes. No swing, says the first base umpire, Kevin Moore. It's 1-0 to Alex Summers. Swinging a foul tip on the next one. 1-1. Strikeout, fly out, 0 for 2 night for the Wapahani starting pitcher, who now is playing second base. Blake Meltesnik has gone all the way for Cardinal Ritter, and he throws one by him to make it 1-2. Brevin Rivers and Isaiah Brosher do up behind him. There's a fastball way up. 2-2 to Summers. Right-handed hitter. Now almost dark here in the ballpark. There's a tapper, slow roller up third base. Going to be a tough play. Maltesnik down off the mound. Beautiful job to get him on a bang-bang play. Beautifully done, one down. That's a tough play for a right-handed pitcher. He's got to come all the way almost to the line, field and turn and throw 180 degrees to his first baseman, and he got him by about a foot. And that brings in Brevin Rivers. Terrific play by Maltesnik. There's a swing on strike one to Rivers. One out of two, single, strikeout. Was left on base in the second inning. There's a beautiful curve for a strike from Maltesnik. And he's ahead in the count, 0-2. Rivers steps out, and Maltesnik is ready to go. He works fast. He goes right back to work. This one popped back out of play. It's going to be down in the crowd about 50 feet from me in the upper deck. Here comes the next 0-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase upstairs. 2 down. Rivers is out on strikes, swinging for the second straight time. That brings up Isaiah Brosher. 4 in a row retired now by Maltesnik. Wapahani running out of time. First one home to Brosher is in tight, ball one. Brosher singled, reached on an error and scored. Lines one right back through the mound into center field. Nearly undressed Maltesnik with a 2-out single. That was a bullet, letting him know, hey, we aren't done just yet. 2-out single for Brosher. Braxton Davis, the designated hitter, comes to the plate. Bottom of the sixth and a 10-3 game. Cardinal Ritter out in front comfortably right now. Here's a check swing roller over toward third. Bobbled. He's going to pick it up. Has no play. That should be an error on the third baseman. Bacon had a little too much bacon grease on that one. And they will score that an error on the third baseman. And Wapahani has 2 men aboard with 2 out here in the sixth. Second inning of the game. Charged against Cardinal Ritter. And now the top of the order comes around. And Dave Scott, the head coach from Cardinal Ritter, says, give me time. Goes to the mound to remind his infield, hey, we got a 7-run lead here. We're all right. Don't let that get to you. As Wapahani is one big swing away from making this interesting again in the sixth inning. Quick meeting. It's over. Scott will go back to the dugout. 10 runs on 9 hits with 2 errors for Cardinal Ritter. 3 runs, 8 hits, 1 error in the line score for Wapahani. And the leadoff man rolls around, and Tyson Lipscomb trying to ignite a 2-out rally by Wapahani as they trail. Here's the pitch. He takes outside, ball one. Two singles, an intentional walk, a run scored, 2 out of 2 tonight for Lipscomb. Really good young player. Here's the pitch home. He takes, was a slider low and in, a back foot slider, and it's 2-0. For those of you who don't know what a back foot slider is, the pitcher tries to get the ball to dart in at the last minute off the inside corner, way into the batter's box, hoping they'll chase. He did not. Snap throw to second. Nobody in any danger there. Summers grounded out. Rivers struck out to start the inning, but a single by Brosher and an error on a ball hit by Braxton Davis, and Wapahani is trying to get something going. This one fouled back on the roof. And should Lipscomb get a ball down, things would get interesting in a hurry. Here comes the pitch. Swing and a miss. opened up a little too soon, and the count runs to 2-2. Meltesnik from the stretch, long pause. Here's the pitch. Fly ball, left field. That should be easy for Shearer. He goes to his right a couple steps toward the line, and he makes the ground. Wapahani is done here in the 6th inning. No runs, a hit, an error. 2 men left on base. Wapahani has left 7 in the game. We're through 6 complete of the state championship game in 2A. It's Cardinal Ritters to take home now. Ritter leads this one 10-3 on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live's Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your community.
A wintry Friday night. Gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
We move to the 7th inning of the 2A state championship game at Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter out in front of Wapahani, 10-3. Henry Woodcock will lead off in the 8 hole for Cardinal Ritter. Then Dylan Olenek and Alex Vila scheduled to hit behind him. Cardinal Ritter has just played better in this game tonight. And that's just putting it bluntly. They've played better. And we've had a pitching change during the changeover as well. Brevin Rivers is going to take the mound for Wapahani. Here in the 7th inning. Summers worked 3 1/3. 2 2/3 worked by Chandler Wise. And now the third baseman for Wapahani will go to the mound. And I believe that's Summers, who has moved over to third base now. Woodcock was batting when that rundown occurred, so he will lead off the inning. 8-9-1. For the Ritter Raiders against the Wapahani Raiders. The wind-up, the pitch is a fastball and a strike. Next one on the way, another strike taken on the outside corner. If I remember correctly, Rivers is an underclassman. I'll look him up in a moment. Next one, a curve high, and it's 1-2. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Blew him away with a fastball. 1 down. That brings in Dylan Olenek. They're going to let Brian Isley bat here in the 7th inning. And he takes away ball 1. Isley looks at a strike. 1-1. Isley courtesy ran for Olenek in the fourth and scored a run. He swings and misses. Rivers looks good on the mound. Isley is behind in the count, 1-2. Rivers a long wait, looking in at the sign, winds and fires. Missile launched back to the on-deck circle. His teammate says, hey, wrong way. Nearly took the helmet off Alex Vila. Says, hey, buddy, 180 here. There's a curve, ducked, and taken for strike 3. Well, Brevin Rivers goes to the mound and says, hey, have some of that. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts. That brings around the leadoff man in the order, Alex Vila. How do you like that ham sandwich? First one home to him is high, ball 1. Vila has scored a couple runs in the game, a couple of singles, a walk, a pop out. He's had a busy night. In fact, he scored 3 runs. He takes a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Next one home is high and outside. Two and 1 the count. Now the Moths at night. There's a pitch away, and it's 3-1. The accommodations here at Victory Field are second to none. We thank them again for all of their hospitality. There's a pitch away, ball 4, and a 2-out walk for Alex Vila.
Number 6, Kyle Price.
That brings in Kyle Price, who has also scored 3 runs tonight. 2 singles, a walk, a ground out. 2 out of 3 officially, 3 runs scored, an RBI. He's got a little bit of everything going across the board, and he takes a strike. 10-3 game here in the 7th inning. Looks pretty dark right now for Wapahani, trailing by 7. They picked a bad day to play less than their best. There's a fastball up and away. Count is 1-1. And in fairness to Wapahani, they have not played a bad game. They just haven't played their best game. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, called strike, runner from first, dives in head first at second with a stolen base. Vila steals second in the 7th inning with a 7-run lead. Draw your own conclusion. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Slap foul over on the third base side off the dugout railing. It's one of the ways the game has changed. In my day, if you had stolen with a 7-run lead in the 7th and you were up to bat, you might expect to be buzzed. Not anymore. Here's the pitch. Sharply on the ground towards short. Long throw across is going to be in time in a pretty play. On a 6-3 put out to wipe out Kyle Price and Cardinal Ritter in the 7th inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, no errors, 1 man left on base. You hear the fans come to their feet down below. The Cardinal Ritter fans can smell a state title. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning at Victory Field. It's Cardinal Ritter 10, Wapahani 3.
He worked out early, practiced late, and studied well into the night. The next day, he did it all over again.
She missed time hanging out and socializing with friends, so she could make it on time to practices and games.
He became a top student and a confident leader, even as he helped his team win back-to-back conference titles.
She became a role model in her community. even as she led her team to an undefeated season.
And when they finished playing high school sports, what did they do next?
She graduated from college with honors and went to work for a successful company.
He attended graduate school and became a difference maker in his community.
Because that's what student athletes in Indiana do. They use the skills they develop playing high school sports today
To do even bigger things in life tomorrow.
high school sports.
A winning part of a complete education.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
It's Cardinal Ritter 10, Wapahani 3 as we go to the last of the 7th inning. Wapahani needs the biggest rally they've had in a long time, trailing in this one by a touchdown. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the Selma guy Raider batting order. And Blake Maltesnik, the pitcher for Cardinal Ritter, working on a beauty, a complete game so far. He has gotten through 6 innings on only 80 pitches unofficially. Stephen Vickery to lead things off for Wapahani, and he hits the first ball on the ground to the first base coach's box. Pop out, sacrifice, single, RBI for Vickery. Wind up in the next one. Fastball, called strike. Maltesnik has done a terrific job on the mound. Just what you'd expect out of a guy 11-1. Here's the next one in the air to center field. It's going to be a tough play in the gap. Diving catch out in left center. Make it right center field. Great play by Jake Klumper. Give him a star on that one. That's the best play of the game. Running hard to his left. Forehanded it, sliding. Beautiful play. 1 down. Hang a star on that one. Well done, Jake Klumper. You just made Sports Center. Brings up Garrett Stanley. First pitch home is a called strike. Stanley has reached on a fielder's choice twice and singled, driven in 2 runs. He's 1 out of 3. He looks at a ball in the dirt. 1-1. That was a great play by Klumper. If you're watching on TV, you know what I mean. There's a slider outside. 2 balls and a strike. Chandler Wise due up after Stanley. Swing and a miss. Garrett went up out of the zone. He knows he chased. It's 2-2. Ritter away, 2 away actually, from a state title. There's a pitch outside for a ball to make it 3-2. And Maltesnik can smell it. Here's his windup and the payoff pitch. Popped up down the right field line. It'll twist back into the upper deck and bounces up into the luxury box for a souvenir. Wind up in the next one. Line shot. Fair ball. Down the right field line. Headed toward the bullpen. He's going to make a big turn. He'll head for second base. It'll be a stand-up double for Garrett Stanley. Well, Stanley isn't going quietly. That ball was fair by about 2 feet, if that. Chandler Wise, the batter. Look out. That one was really up and tight. That allows the runner, Stanley, to go down to third on a very wild pitch. And I mean wild. It's the worst pitch of the night by Maltesnik. Has a pair of wild pitches, but he doesn't care. He's up 10-3 at this point. He's pitched a really solid game. And he's 2 outs away from holding the biggest trophy in Indiana. Here comes the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? Home plate umpire says, I don't need help. That's a swing and a strike. Count even 1-1 to Wise. Ball, another strike on the outside corner. Testnik really working fast now with a runner at third and 1 out. From the stretch, here it comes. Slant by the mound, ground ball, backhanded by the second baseman, long throw, they got him. Terrific play by Price for the second out. 4-3. Cardinal Ritter showing the leather. Stanley scores on the fielder's choice. That makes it a 10-4 game. But Ritter knows they're down to the final Wapahani out. Given RBI to Wise on that fielder's choice. Bags are empty. And Drew Young is the last hope for Wapahani. He lines one towards center. Great diving stop by the shortstop. Up, long throw, pick it first. They got him! Cardinal Ritter has won the state championship on a great play by Alex Vila to Henry Woodcock. 3 web gems in the 7th inning by Cardinal Ritter. And that does it for Wapahani. Cardinal Ritter is a state champion. Unbelievable. You see the dog pile at the mound. The Ritter Raiders are the 2017 2A state champions. Wapahani gets a run on a hit. No errors, nobody left. That does it. The final score in the 2A state championship game. Ritter 10, Wapahani 4. We'll be back to tell you more about it on the post-game show here on Beaver Media and on YouTube Live. Don't go away.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community. The clutch shot, the timely hit, the perfect pitch, the heroic catch, the brilliant save, the photo finish. The Indiana High School Athletic Association would like to remind you that the biggest plays in sports matter little if you don't practice sportsmanship. Character counts. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers. If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. Steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
It's the kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Indiana high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Who do I play high school softball for? I play for my mom and dad who've never missed a game.
Whether they're playing for their teammates, their classmates, or their community, high school student athletes in Indiana learn important lessons they'll use for the rest of their lives, like respect for the rules and the value of hard work and sacrifice. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
is presented each year during the baseball state finals. The recipient of this
Welcome
award
back to Victory Field. The Mental Attitude Award winner is about to be announced. We'll let you listen up full.
was nominated by his principal and coach and excelled in mental attitude, athletic ability, scholarship, and leadership. After we announced the name of the recipient, we invited his parents to join him on the field. The winner of the 2017 LV Phillips Mental Attitude Award for Class 2A Baseball is Blake Malatestine. A check in the amount of $1,000 will be awarded to Cardinal Ritter High School. The money will be added to the general scholarship fund in the name of Blake. Let's congratulate Blake and Cardinal Ritter High School.
Well, how better to cap off your senior season if you're Blake Malatestine. He pitches a complete game victory for his team and picks up the Mental Attitude Award winner trophy and scholarship and a check for his school on top of it. Brandon Vermillion did it for Daleville last year in 1A, and this year Blake Malatestine does it in 2A. So a great night for Ritter Raider baseball. They beat Wapahani by a final score of 10-4 here at Victory Field. Tough night for the Wapahani kids as they do the TV interview at home plate with Blake Malatestine. But wow, the future is so bright for Wapahani. They came into this game tonight with only 2 seniors on their roster, and they're going to bring back a lot of talent in 2018. Man, that seems so strange to be saying 2018. Time does fly, but Brian Dudley's team is really going to be a good one coming back a year from now. And much like Waynesville last year in 1A, who settled for runner-up one year and comes back and has a chance to win it again the next season, Wapahani shouldn't be any surprise to anyone if the Wapahani Raiders are right back here at Victory Field 1 year from now playing for another championship, because they've got that kind of talent. Ran into a buzzsaw tonight in Cardinal Ritter. Quick look at the line score as they interview Blake Malatestine at home plate. Ritter with 10 runs, unofficially 9 hits, 2 errors. They leave 8 men on base. Wapahani scores 4 runs on the same number of hits, 9 hits, 1 error, 7 men left on base in this game tonight for Wapahani. So this was just Cardinal Ritter's night, plain and simple, and they win this one going away by a final of 10-4. It was really a tight game through 2 innings. We were scoreless going to the 3rd, but Ritter got 3 in the 3rd, 3 more in the 4th. Wapahani countered with 3 in the 5th to make it 6-3, but a 4 spot in the 6th inning by Cardinal Ritter put it on ice, and they get out of it with a 10-4 victory and a short trip back over to 30th Street, and I'm sure a big celebration for them tonight after winning their first baseball state championship. They do it in 2017 just down the street. Quick look at the totals. Again, Blake Malatestine went all the way for Cardinal Ritter, scattered those 9 Wapahani hits, gave up the 4 runs. I have him for 1 walk unofficially. Let me double check my math real quick and make sure that we have that absolutely correct. He had an intentional walk in the 5th inning, and that was it. His only walk was intentional. I got him for 2 Ks. Let me see if that holds water. 3 Ks, 3 strikeouts, 4 strikeouts in the game for Malatestine. So 1 walk, 4 Ks, and a couple of wild pitches, and he goes home a state champion and the Mental Attitude Award winner. Great night for Blake Malatestine, and good luck to him at Eastern Illinois playing his college ball next year over there. He finishes the year 12-1 rather, and his ERA coming in was 0.48, and it'll go up a little bit based on tonight, but he finishes a great senior campaign with his 12th win against only 1 loss. So hard to do it any better than he did it in 2017. Congratulations to the Ritter Raiders, the 2017 2A champions, Dave Scott and his coaching staff and the rest of his school. And for Brian Dudley and Wapahani, nothing to hang your heads about. As well tonight as they have in the last about 3 to 4 weeks. They didn't play a bad game, but they didn't play their best game. And on a night when they needed their best, they couldn't muster it. So Wapahani checks out 19-12 in 2017. And again, a lot of talent coming back for the boys from Selma. And you look down at the scorebook real quick. Tyson Lipscomb had 2 hits tonight, a hit for Stephen Vickery. Let's see, a single and a double for Garrett Stanley. He scored a run. Lipscomb scored a run. Chandler Wise had a tough night, but picked up an RBI. You look down at the rest of the scorebook. Brevin Rivers with a hit, a single, 2 singles for Isaiah Brozier, and a single and a run scored. Brozier scored a run. Braxton Davis scored a run for Wapahani. So they go home with the state runner-up trophy, which they're about to be presented right now. And Brian Dudley will finish his 34th year with the state runner-up at Wapahani High School. That's going to do it for us. I appreciate your time and your ears, lending me your ears for 2+ hours. Great job tonight by all of you to be here and support high school baseball. And tell you what, a game that took, let's see, an hour and 27 minutes. This one went quickly. And Cardinal Ritter goes home as the state champion in 2017. Final score for the final time from Victory Field in the 2A title game, Cardinal Ritter 10, Wapahani 4. For all of us at Beaver Media, thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brian Beaver. Keep your eyes on my Twitter feed at Delco Preps. We'll have hopefully some news soon about football. Could it be? Football and volleyball 2017 coming in less than 2 months. Until then, have a great night, and so long, everybody.